What's up, guys? I want to say hello to all of my Kiwi friends and maybe some Kiwi not-so-friends. Not necessarily everybody from New Zealand agrees with my views, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of a shout-out and also a bit of a warning. Not from me, but a warning of what is coming from Australia. You know, when you guys stepped out of the strict conformity of the Five Eyes nations in their battle against China, and you decided to kind of just have your own sovereign idea and your own sovereign decision on it, I knew there was an attack coming, a propaganda attack. What's going to happen now is there's going to be a massive campaign to brainwash the population of New Zealand to convince them that they need to demand that their government joins in on this Five Eyes nation effort against China, especially from Australia. You know, Australia has been referred many times as America's deputy sheriff in this region, and they've been the real cheerleader for America's aggressions against China in this region. And they want you to come along with it. They don't want to be alone. They don't want to be the only white nation. I guess, you know, I should use that word a little bit more carefully because New Zealand has a great respect for their their native population, and I just it's one of the reasons I respect New Zealand so much. I have so many Kiwi friends here in Shenzhen. I know some Maori people here as well. But even the non-Maori people I've always met, they have such a deep respect for Maori culture. And they get emotional when they talk about Maori culture. And it just blew me away. I've never, ever seen any sort of equivalent to that, at least on the same scale, in America, Canada, or Australia. There are, of course, people who deeply respect the native indigenous populations, but not on such a wide scale in New Zealand. I don't know how you guys did it, but this is one of the reasons I have great respect for New Zealand. I think this strength to do the right thing is also one of the reasons that you're willing to stand up against this Five Eyes Nation alliance against China, which looks suspiciously familiar to the Eight Nation alliance against China. So what I want to do now is I want to show you a video of what was one of the most remarkable pieces of propaganda coming out. At least it's the preview of the propaganda that's going to come out against New Zealand. It's from 60 Minutes Australia. I can't even help myself. I'm laughing even thinking about it. This trailer looks like, and it sounds like something the Onion News Network would put out. Like, you know, find that stereotypical movie trailer, action movie voice to include into it. And I don't know what to say. You know what? Let's just watch this together. This is so good. All right, let me play this.
Tom Steinford from 60 Minutes. Do you sometimes have to bite your tongue of upsetting the regime in Beijing?
No.
Just what are the Kiwis up to now?
So, hold on a second. Like, you've got that suspense music in the background, the violin going in the background to start off with. And then and then the movie trailer voice comes in. Just what are the Kiwis up to? These are the voices the Onion News Network uses, and this is a serious piece of journalism here. Anyways, let's continue.
It's very much a deal with the devil.
On 60 Minutes,
I think anybody who doesn't see it as an opportunity would be stupid.
we thought they were our best friends.
We thought they were our best friends. Like, even the line going together with that, like this, like something like a high school kid would say to their friend, you know, that didn't show up for their party or something like that. I thought we were supposed to be friends, but in a deep, dramatic movie trailer voice. This is classic. This is good. Let's keep going.
We're that big, mate. We're not ringing China up and saying anything other than, would you like more milk?
I like that. I like honestly, like, I don't know what to say. This seems like an Onion news piece. Like, they got random guy just saying, we just want them to buy some more milk. Like, it's comical. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, guys, but tell me, what do you think so far? Let's keep going, though.
But it looks like they've ditched us
Step right up.
for a fast Chinese buck.
To me, we are friends with benefits.
I like that. I like that the friends with benefits, and it zooms in and he makes his eyebrows go up like, oh, this is why I'm not your friend anymore, because I found a friend with benefits. This is way more enticing.
Could it be that New Zealand is turning into New Zealand?
New Zealand, and they have a picture of she in front of the flag, like the New Zealand flag flying. New Zealand, like this is real. This is not a parody. I don't know if you know what, guys. I gotta double check this. Have I been had? Let me see what's going on here, because I'm starting to worry actually going through this, that I'm going to put this out and somebody's going to be like, Daniel, this was parody. This wasn't real. I'm not, this isn't an act. I'm really actually looking through the history here to see if it was 60 Minutes that actually tweeted this out. Because I'm going to feel like an idiot if I put this video out and I got had by parody. No, this was retweeted by 60 Minutes Australia. This is real, guys. This isn't parody. So anyways, let's keep going.
I reject the premise of the question.
Sunday on 9 and 9 Now.
There you go. That was it, guys. They're desperate. They are desperate to get you on board. This is not an honest campaign against China. You know, I'm not going to go into debunking the claims against China. You know, everybody knows about the claims against Xinjiang and stuff like that. I've put a considerable amount of time into researching this and figuring this out. You know, you guys have history with the U.S., what it means when the U.S. suddenly cares about human rights abuses. Because they never care about human rights abuses when it's coming from them or their allies. And this is exactly why they're so careful to use the words a rules-based world. This is what they want everybody to follow. Because in a rules-based world, they make the rules and everybody else follows it. They very, very strategically avoid using the words international law. If everybody was supposed to follow the same international law, they'd be in real trouble. They might even have to let the ICC start investigating their war crimes in Afghanistan. This is something they blocked and sanctioned the ICC over. But anyways, figure this out on your own. You guys are a strong, independent people who can think on their own. Take a step back. Look at the red flags. Make your own minds up about this. But in terms of blindly going along with the Five Eyes nations just because propaganda pieces like this came out, and this is only the beginning. There's going to be a lot more coming. Stay strong, guys. Don't fall for it. I'm going to show you an example of what these morally superior people who are shaming you for having a mind of your own look like, sound like, act like. You're not going to believe this, guys. These are the guys who are professing moral superiority over China and saying, how dare you abandon the West in favor of China? We look like you. We sound like you. We're white nations also. Again, I use that term loosely because New Zealand is quite a special place where I don't think the majority of people would call it a white nation quite like Australia, Canada, and America does, at least on the same scale. But anyways, let me show you this video. This is a video of two guys who are shaming your politician, Nania Mahuta. I hope I pronounced that right. At least I've tried. These guys didn't even try. They've spoken about her many times over and over in their video, and they haven't even tried to look up her name yet. They don't care. You know what they call her? They call her Chin Woman. Literally. The chin tattoo from Maori culture that she decided to bring back after considering it for 20 years. They didn't look up her name. They keep saying, we keep saying we're going to look up her name, and we don't do it. So we're instead just going to call her Chin Woman. And they put a picture of one of them up on their green screen behind them with a photoshopped face tattoo of their own, making fun of it. Side by side with her face, making fun of Maori culture, calling her Chin Woman, and laughing. These are the morally superior guys who want you to follow the West against China. Watch this video. I can't imagine that you're going to be, any less shocked than I am. Let's watch it.
So you guys know Chin Woman. Again, still have to catch up on her name, which we
Yes.
promise to do every episode now.
Yes.
She is a politician in New Zealand
Who loves China.
She loves China. We're really disappointed with her decision to abandon the Western world in favor of China.
Sure.
She has a chin tattoo, not because she's a rapper,
No.
but in fact because
It's part of
she's
our culture.
Maori.
What the fuck? Seriously. Well, thanks for clarifying that she's not a rapper. And yeah, thanks for letting us know about Chin Woman and how disappointed you are in her because she's not following your narrative on China. Boo-hoo. 2 white supremacist racists are disappointed in you. Did you hear that? Really? Are we supposed to care? Are you supposed to care? What was that? This is disgusting. Sorry, usually I don't get this. I don't know. Usually I stay pretty composed on this, but that you know what's funny too? These 2 guys, they just went on a rampage against a Uyghur girl from Xinjiang. She's been doing social media in China for a long time, and she decided to expand onto YouTube. And, especially because there's so much crap being said about her hometown, and they attacked her like crazy. So they have a thing about going after minority women. And the most ridiculous one was this Uyghur woman, this Uyghur girl, who they wanted to say, shut the hell up. How dare you say you're not having your human rights abused? So they abused her for not admitting that their propaganda, or agreeing that their propaganda against how her human rights are being abused. They're not agreeing on that premise. Like, what's going on, guys? Don't become like Australia. You want to know what Australia is doing? This is now beyond just a matter of the U.S. government funding this narrative. This is the U.S. military-industrial complex. ASPI is one of the biggest pushers of this propaganda. They're funded by the military-industrial complex, the Australian Strategic Policy Institute in Australia. They're funded by Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, Boeing, all of these military manufacturers. And what they do is they've got these analysts that create anti-China stories. There's one guy, actually, Nathan, I should have looked his name up first. I'll put it on the screen. Not Nathan Rooser. He's the satellite boy who does all these satellite pictures and finds these places and says, look, it's a concentration camp, and it ends up being a shopping mall or something like that. There's another Nathan there. He knows an ethnic minority from Xinjiang. They went to school together. And the guy, the ethnic minority, his friend, said to him, dude, what are you doing? You know me. You could talk to me about Xinjiang. I've got an apartment in Xinjiang. Why don't you come over and see for yourself? Totally ignores him. Totally ignores him. He doesn't want the truth. He wants to work for ASPI and shill for the military-industrial complex. You want to know how stupid? You want to see some more comedy? You know what? Let's end this on a little bit of more of a lighter note. Let's do some more comedy. This is a government hearing where people are talking about the atrocities in Xinjiang. One one woman, Vicky Xu. She used to work for ASPI, and then there's another guy. Let me find this. I'll have to put his name up on. I didn't prepare for this. I just launched the camera. This other guy, he is working for ASPI, but he didn't present himself as an ASPI connected person during this hearing. And so he got really uncomfortable when somebody asked, one senator asked, why aren't you using your ASPI title today? And he started like, you'll see for yourself. Then when they continued, Abetz, I think his name is, another senator. Sorry, guys, I should have really prepared for this more. Another guy, he says, wait, hold on a second. And he started feeding lines to the ASPI guy. This guy's obviously on ASPI's side. He says, no, wait, hold on a second. Aren't we supposed to say it like this? And then the guy who was stumbling before, he responds and says, oh, yeah, sorry. I remember ASPI telling me to use that line. I should have remembered to roll out that line. And even Vicky, I think, recognizes how ridiculous it is, and she just starts laughing because this is ridiculous. And then everybody starts laughing like, this is really funny. These military-industrial complex-funded guys trying to convince us that China is a threat, and then thereafter selling weapons to us. This literally happens. ASPI also acts as the weapon broker, and they make big money off of these deals. They're saying this is so ridiculous, but we're going to keep doing it because there's some people making a lot of money here. Like, seriously, guys. All right, let's play this video.
All right, thank you. I might just switch to locally to Aspie and former Aspie. Can I just ask, the reason you're not appearing as Aspie today, Professor, is simply that Ms. Zhu has moved to the ABC, or what's the reasoning for not connecting with Aspie today?
No, I mean, I do. I'm partially employed by Aspie, so in some regards, I appear before the committee with that title, as well as my title at La Trobe. I prefer to speak for myself, so my remarks don't necessarily represent those of Aspie or its employees. These are my personal remarks, and that's for me. I don't know, Vicky, you want to explain?
Well, I've departed from Aspie, so I'm just an independent journalist, writer now.
That was the reason I directed it at you, Professor. Just in relation to, firstly, I might congratulate you on the report.
Senator Patrick, can I just quickly intervene here and ask Aspie, or the people that have been associated with Aspie, that as I understand it, Aspie never has a corporate view on issues. They always appear as individuals. Is that correct?
That's correct, Senator Betts. And
I should
have had that line ready to wheel out. But I do remember my bosses at Aspie reminding me of that. And so hence why, my remarks are personal. But I am still associated with Aspie. I'm still partially employed there as a senior fellow.
Senator Patrick.
This is like you could, if there was a comedy show, like a satire show about politics in Australia, this would be better than you could ever produce with fake actors. Like this is comedy gold here. Like this even outdoes. There's a really funny comedy video of how Australia is thinking about protecting their trade routes against China from their trade with China. A lot of you guys have seen that video. Maybe I'll pop it in at the end of this video, just in case some of you haven't. And that was funny. That was really funny. But the thing is that was real, deliberate comedy. This was a serious government meeting. And this is how people started squirming and feeling embarrassed about the whole ASPI connection. So, long story short, guys, to my friends in New Zealand, stay strong. You're going to need it because there's a lot more propaganda coming your way. They're going to try to make you second guess yourself. They're going to try to make you question your politicians, saying, hold on a second, why aren't we going along with our friends in this? And maybe some of you think that you should, but at least get yourself in a frame of mind where you can at least use your... Don't put your independent thinking ability, the thing that got you in this position to begin with, to say, hold on a second, let's think for ourselves. Don't waste it. If you want to go along with it, take a step back first and take a real close look at the narrative in Xinjiang. And after you debunk, after you see how many lies are in there, create a threshold for yourself. Say, you know what, I'm going to look at this. And after I find 5, 10, 20, 50 lies surrounding this narrative or misrepresentations, I'm going to start saying, you know what, I'm not ready to believe this anymore. If this is so true, why is it filled with so many lies? Have a threshold for yourself. If you tried, you could find 50, no problem. But that's all I'm going to say for now. Just a quick shout out to New Zealand to say that I'm proud of you guys. I hope you don't fall for this BS that's coming your way from 60 Minutes and many other people. They are scared. They are worried. These outlets are starting to attack me. Obviously, there was an Al Jazeera piece on me. There's a BBC piece coming. There's a German outlet that's writing an article about me soon. There was a French news outlet that wrote an article about me about last month or something like that. There are people who realize that these mainstream media networks are full of BS, and they're coming to people like me and even better than me for the truth. And this is scaring them. They're trying to desperately find a way to claw back the narrative. And that's exactly why they put out this 60-minute piece that's coming out, and their trailer reeks of desperation. I'm sure you guys can see through it. Anyways, I'm going to end with that video I was talking about. I hope you guys are doing well, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace.
For coming in at such short notice, I thought the best way to proceed was to get everyone in the one room.
Good thinking.
Okay, you're all right. I'll come straight to the point. This white paper is recommending we spend close to $400 billion over the forward estimates. Now, at some point, the PM is going to be asked a very simple question. In order to protect us from which enemy?
It's so hard to say.
400 billion, pick one.
A regional player.
Specifically, Colonel.
An Indo-Pacific regional player.
More specifically?
Indo-Asia-Pacific.
That's broader. Who are you leaving out?
Europe?
Yeah, I sort of need a country.
Or an unaligned player.
No, a country.
One that might threaten us, just one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to raise tensions.
Where?
In this room.
You know what? I'll name one and you just nod. China. Yeah, OK. And what exactly are we protecting?
Strategic interests.
Specifically, Colonel?
Indo-Pacific strategic
Again,
interests.
Brigadier, really specifically.
Indo-Asia-Pacific strategic
You know what?
interests.
I'll say it and then you nod. Our trade routes. Yeah. And who is our number one trading partner?
Shall we use the nod system?
Sure. China? Yeah. So under this scenario, we're spending close to $30 billion a year to protect our trade with China from China. And that doesn't strike anyone at this table as odd?